Happy Tuesday, fourth graders. We've got someone who's just waking up from his nap. You want to say hi? I hope you guys had a great Memorial weekend and were able to get outside, maybe grill some hot dogs and hamburgers. I know we did. We went on lots of bike rides. I've got the lemonade pours here. And we are on chapter 6. We're going to read some of that today. And remember, they've placed the bet. Competition has started. I think they have like a week and a half. So chapter 6, the title is Underselling. And the definition for underselling is pricing the same goods, a good is a product that you're selling, for less than the competition. So you're trying to sell it less than the person you're competing against to hopefully get their business. Okay, are you ready to read? Yeah? Jesse knew that Evan was up to something. First of all, there were all those phone calls last night, at least 10 of them. Then he'd come knocking on her door this morning, asking if he could have the pieces of foam core that she had leaning against her bedroom wall. No way, she answered. That's for my Labor Day display. Oh, give it up. Today's Thursday. The contest is on Monday, and you don't even have any idea what you're doing, said Evan. I do, too, have an idea. I'm just not telling you. Jessie still didn't have a clue about her Labor Day project, but she wasn't going to give Evan the satisfaction of knowing it. Then how come you haven't done anything? Evan said, pointing at the blank foam core and the bags of untouched art supplies. You're supposed to have pictures and typed up information and a big title. It's supposed to be like a school report. Jessie scrunched her eyes and pursed her lips in a "you're such a stinker." They said, "You're such a stinker" look. Don't worry, it's going to be great. It's going to win first prize. And anyway, Mom bought all those art supplies for me, and I'm not giving anything to you. Jessie heard Evan mutter, "Miser," just as she slammed the door in his face. And now, 3 of Evan's friends were over, Paul, Jack, and Ryan. All 3 had shown up with paper bags, and they were all in the garage making a lot of noise with a big "Keep Out" sign taped to the door. Not that Jessie would have gone in there anyway. Who cares what a bunch of boys are doing? But she wished Megan had invited her to come over before lunch instead of after. Jessie went into the kitchen to make a turkey sandwich. The boys had left a slimy mess of peanut butter, Doritos, and yes, sticky puddles of lemonade mix. Jessie quickly looked in the trash can under the sink. There were 12 empty cans of frozen lemonade mix. 12. That was 96 cups worth of lemonade. 96 possible sales. Holy cow. Where had Evan even gotten the lemonade? He hadn't gone to the store, and he didn't have any money anyway. Then Jessie remembered the paper bags that Paul, Ryan, and Jack had carried in. She bet the boys had all raided their freezers and brought over a stash. That didn't seem fair. She and Megan had to buy their lemonade today using the money they had earned yesterday. How were they going to get ahead of the game if the boys had free lemonade to sell? Think, Jessie, she whispered to herself. Think. She couldn't let the boys win. By the time she finished her lunch and cleaned up her mess, she wasn't going to lift a finger to clean up the boys' mess. She had the beginning of a plan in her head, which is why she found it doubling confusing when she knocked on Megan's screen and Carly Bronwell came to the door. Jessie'd been all ready to say, "I've got a great idea." But then there was Carly looking down at her like she was an earwig. Is Megan home?" asked Jessie. Carly didn't open the screen door as she looked left and right behind Jessie. "Where's Evan?" "Huh?" said Jessie. Megan came running down the stairs carrying bottles of nail polish. "Oh, hi, Jessie," she said, opening the door. She poked her head out and looked around. "Where's Evan?" "He's at home. Why?" asked Jessie. Carly made a noise with like a snorting hippopotamus. "I thought you said he was coming," said Megan. "No, I didn't," said Jessie. "You said it would be fun to make a lemonade stand with all 3 of us." And I said, "Yeah, that would be fun." "So, didn't he want to?" asked Megan. "I never asked him," said Jessie. "Oh, I thought you were going to," said Megan. Then you should have said, "Hey, Jesse, ask Evan if he wants to make a lemonade stand tomorrow." And then I would have asked, this is exactly what drove Jesse crazy about girls. They always said things halfway and then expected to get the other half. And Jesse never got the other half. Carly gave Megan a look. Jesse wasn't positive what the meant look, but she was pretty sure it wasn't a nice one. That was the other thing that Jesse hated about girls. They were always giving looks that contained all kinds of strange and complicated messages. Last year in second grade, there had been 4 girls who were always exchanging looks with one another. Becky Baker, Laura Lee's son, Andrea Hennessy, and Eileen Garrett. Jesse watched them and knew that Evan was right. They talked without words. They used their eyes to pass secret messages. What are you doing? She also knew they didn't like her, but only because Evan had finally explained to her over Christmas vacation. Jesse was surprised when he told her this. They laughed so much. How could they be mean? They were the 4 who started the club, the Wild Hot Jelly Beans Club, or as they called it, the WHJ Club. Becky was president, and she was always telling the others what to do. They made signs and paper buttons and membership cards. The teacher, Mrs. Soren, didn't usually allow clubs in the classroom, but she made an exception, telling the girls, "I'll let you wear your buttons in class, but only if you let all the other kids join. And if they want to, you need to say yes." By the end of the day, every kid in the class was wearing the WHJ button, even Jessie, who had never belonged to a club before. It had seemed like Becky was being so nice to her. That should have been her first clue, Evan told Jessie later. Becky made extra buttons for Jessie and even helped tape them all over her shirt. And she made a special membership card for her and even a WHJ sign that helped Jessie glue onto her writer's workshop folder. Jessie remembered all the girls laughing and Jessie laughing too, and all those strange looks that Becky and Laura Lee and Andrea and Eileen had kept flashing back and forth like secret notes passed in class that Jessie could never read. The very next day, Mrs. Soren collected all the buttons, gathered up all the membership cards, and even replaced Jessie's writer's workshop folder. "No clubs in the classroom," she said. "I made a bad choice by allowing it, even for one day." On the playground, Jessie went up to Becky and said, "Why is she breaking up the club?" she asked. Becky gave her a sour look. She'd been grumpy all morning. "Don't you get it, dummy? WH doesn't stand for Wild Hot Jelly Beans. We just said that to Miss Soren. It stands for We Hate Jessie. It's the We Hate Jessie Club, and everyone in the class is a member." Oh, so mean. What? So mean. Jessie stared at Becky. Why did they hate her? What had she ever done to them? It didn't make sense. And then Laura Lee, Andrea, and Eileen had laughed, and even Becky had managed a smirky grin. That's sad. So we're going to stop here for today because my partner is getting restless. But I want you to just think about, has there ever been a time where someone hasn't been very friendly to you in class, or you've witnessed some bullying going on? And how did it make you feel? Obviously, those girls in second grade did not make Jessie feel good. They didn't treat her well, and I think she's probably nervous now that Megan and Carly are going to do the same thing. So we will read to find out what happens tomorrow. Bodie, can you say bye? Can you say bye? What'd you think of it? As he's chewing on my book. All right, 4th graders, I'll see you tomorrow. Have a good afternoon.